Hi everyone, welcome to Econ. Today is your first day of notes. I'm going to go over them with you here on this video, and now that you're going to be in person, I can always answer questions and kind of go over a few things with you once you're in class. So kind of exciting, we're finally starting to get going with curriculum. So econ, what is it? I feel like you guys always combine econ and money, and that's not always the case. Econ has a lot of stuff in it, and it's one of my favorite topics, and it's actually my minor in college, and I just love talking about it. But it's a study of how individuals in society allocate their scarce resources. So while you guys are taking notes while I'm going through this video, I would write down that econ is choices, okay? Every choice you guys make every single day is an economic decision. Am I going to fill up my tank with gas, or am I going to go to McDonald's? Am I going to get school lunch today, or am I going to use that extra cash to, I don't know, go to the movie with a friend, if anyone goes to a movie now. But so everything you guys do has some sort of economic decision behind it. And I think that's important to remember, that you guys are living in an economy every single day, even though you're not thinking that it's an economic decision, but it is. We're going to start off this year with only doing microeconomics. And microeconomics is the small things. So when you're taking your test here in a few weeks, I would try to remember micro means small. Microeconomics is decision making undertaken by individuals or households. So if the president doesn't care that I'm buying groceries for the week, it's a microeconomic decision. So anything that is small, one group, one company, one family, okay, that is a microeconomic decision. We will spend half the trimester on microeconomic decisions. The other half of the trimester is going to be macroeconomics. This is the study of behavior of the economy as a whole, okay? So if Amazon takes over the world and all the stores close because Amazon's doing everything, that's a huge thing the government would have to look at, and that's a macroeconomic issue. Again, all my examples are purely examples to make you guys think. So Amazon is not taking over the world, so don't worry about that. Who knows? They could someday, right? I feel like Amazon's always in our neighborhood every single day. But macro is going to be the big stuff, okay? That's the stuff that the government is going to care about and really wonder what's happening. Remember, if you have to stop at any time to take notes while we're doing this, this is kind of the beauty of having your notes online. You guys can just stop, write, make sure you got everything down, and go from there. Scarcity. All right, scarcity is the limited nature of a society's resources. We saw so much scarcity at the beginning of the COVID pandemic, and I'm sure all of you guys are nodding your heads right now. What was one thing that was scarce? Shout it out the computer, because I'm sure you can tell. And that was toilet paper. People can't obtain as much of something as they want without making a sacrifice. Did some people have to buy one-ply toilet paper at the beginning of COVID? Probably. Did some people have to live roll to roll of toilet paper? Probably. But all of a sudden, there was this panic. Okay, and we all started to panic shop. And I still think we see a little bit of that today. Even though we're well into this world global health pandemic, there are still items that you cannot find in the store, and that's Clorox wipes, Lysol. There are still things that are out all the time, and that's scarcity. So for you guys, you're lucky. I really don't have to explain scarcity much because you lived it, right? And most of you guys were working in it every day at Hy-Vee or at Dean's or at Target. You guys saw people running in trying to obtain all these products that are scarce. It is the number one problem in every society, even well set up societies like ours. But in some societies, things are scarce, like water and clean air. Those are things that luckily we don't have to worry about. But man, back in March, did we worry about toilet paper? So we're actually going to get into the factors of production today as well. The factors of production is what you're going to be doing your first project on, and that's going to be your first kind of assignment of the class. So there are 6 factors of production, and these are all things you need to produce and for an economy to run. The very first factor of production is going to be land. These are natural resources such as timber, water, fish, minerals, and or the land that our corporation sits on. So you're going to be picking a product, okay, for your project this week. You're going to pick a product. Let's say I pick a pencil. What are the natural resources that go into my pencil? Wood, lead, rubber. Okay, these are all things that are natural resources. Where's my pencil made? All right, I'm just looking at a pencil on my desk right now. It is made by, it's HB. It's like a nameless, it's Target. It's a Target pencil, okay? So where are all of Target's products being made? That would be something I'd look up on the internet. So land is going to be the first thing that you have to decide. I have a lot of people do shirts, socks, makeup, especially like natural cosmetics. You can look up all sorts of land and natural resources that go into those. Hand lotion, anything, okay? So try to pick something that's easy for your product. Otherwise, you're going to be researching natural resources and this land, this first one of factors of production, all day. The next factor is going to be labor. Who's working there? Okay, this involving both mental and physical activities. This is going to be your job title. So what type of people do they need to work at a pencil factory? Probably a graphic designer, probably someone that knows how to run the machines, someone that knows how to make the molds for the pencils. There's a whole bunch of stuff you could find on who has to work there. My job title is a teacher, so that's my labor. Your job title is a student technically during the day, even though it's felt pretty weird since COVID started. So that would be labor. Capital. There's two types. We have physical and human capital. Physical is the tools you need to do your job. If you're a hairstylist, you need a scissors and a comb. That's physical capital. Human capital is the training you need to do. To be a hairstylist, you have to go to cosmetology school. That is your job, okay? And that would be your human capital that you have to do. Entrepreneurship. This is kind of exactly how it sounds. It's a big word, but who started your company? Who's the entrepreneur? It's a risk taker. It's the person that's your boss, okay? Steve Jobs didn't invent the cell phone. He invented the iPhone and improved on the cell phone, but he didn't invent the cell phone. Caribou and Starbucks, they're entrepreneurs. They didn't invent coffee. They just invented a way for us to pay a lot of money for our coffee. All right, so an entrepreneur is going to be someone that's a risk taker and your boss. Technology, we're almost at the end here. Technology is society's understanding of the best ways to produce your goods. Pencils, they have come a long way. Used to have to write with like ink, right? That wasn't a pencil. And then you had the wood pencils, and now we have mechanical pencils. So technology is how your product changed over time. When I was in high school, I didn't even have a cell phone. I know you guys are all thinking I'm crazy, but it's the truth. I did not have a cell phone until I got to college. Technology has changed in the phones. Computers, they used to be huge, okay? Now you have a computer in your pocket every single day. Technology changes all the time. Look at teaching and education since COVID started. You guys are now getting your education on a computer. What? We never thought that would have ever happened. So technology is exactly how it sounds. So what you're going to do for your project, okay? You are going to do, just ignore those sides. You're going to do something that looks similar to this. You can either write a paper, which is explained to you in the assignment, or you can make a picture that looks kind of like this. You're going to have your 6 factors of production and your product in the middle. Yes, you need a picture of your product. I don't care if you draw it out. I don't care if you write out your project. Just take a photo of it to make sure I can see everything. And then you're going to have all the things that go into land, physical, human capital, technology, entrepreneurship, labor, and that's going to be your whole project there. So you are just finding all the things that go into your product. So if I decided to do pencils, I'd have pencils in the middle. I'd find all the things that go into land to make my pencil, all the human and physical things that go in to make my pencil, all the technology pieces, who's the entrepreneur, who works there, and how has my pencil changed over time. Again, do anything that you find interesting. Coffee, socks, shoes, makeup. Cell phones can be hard because there's a lot of stuff that goes into a cell phone. And if you have any questions, I get to see you guys in person this week so we can talk about it, and I can't wait. So those are your notes for the week. Talk to you soon. These will be uploaded on my YouTube page.